Here are 3 areas to focus on to make sure you have positive relationships with your students. First impressions are important. Make sure you introduce yourself positively and professionally. Think about what information would be appropriate for your level students. It's important to think of the age level you're teaching when you talk about what personal information you're going to give. As an English teacher abroad at a university level, I would give my nationality, hometown, family information, why I moved to my country, and some of my more interesting hobbies. I like to gamify this a little bit, so I would probably put some images on the board and make students guess what it means. For example, I've been in China for 6 years. I like to travel around the world. My boyfriend is Italian, hence the pizza. My students really love to hear about that, and doing photography. Students often mirror their teachers. Start with smiles and enthusiasm if you would like to have it in return. Be clear about classroom procedures and what the consequences are for breaking rules. Get to know your students through an icebreaker or online survey. They're people too! Now that you've introduced yourself positively, it's time to continue this great interaction with your students. Learn your students' first names and use them to show affection. Friendly banter, joking, and smiling also help to show affection. Just make sure it's age appropriate. Tell students what they will learn each day. This can be written on the board as a checklist, allowing students to see their progress through their daily material. After you finish guiding them through the lesson, you can also review what you learned as an exit card for the day. Keep realistic expectations of your students and remain unemotional when they're not met. It's important to be consistent with punishments and speak calmly with neutral facial expressions and a neutral voice. It's great to be the friendly teacher that all the students love, but they do need to remember you are still the teacher and you are in control of the classroom, and there are rules to be followed. Use an appropriate amount of dominance to show this. Think about what your students are interested in and how to use it to further their engagement. It could be pop culture, fashion, music, or video games. My most successful lessons involve bringing other teachers' names into the example or spicing up some boring grammar work with personal information from my life. Students at all age groups could be having a hard time academically or in their extracurricular life. There are a myriad of things that can be done to help support their mental health and further your connection with them as students. Students could be struggling or alienated for many reasons, whether it's due to their peers, family problems, or they feel like they're not good enough in the class. Take some time to give them one-on-one attention and show them that you care. It's easy to forget that our students are real people too. Outside of the classroom, they have their own lives. Remember to sonder. Sonder is a verb meaning the realization that someone else's life is equally as complex as your own. Don't forget to give lots of positive encouragement. This helps to build a bond with you and your students, and things like air high fives, a few more minutes extra break, letting students finish a couple of minutes early really gets you far.